Hi everyone, this reading is going to be for Taurus. The Rose. I did a pre-shuffle already, and at the bottom of the deck of one of the oracles that I'm going to be using is manifestation. This could have to do with the action of manifestation, the intention, as we have intention here. We also have beginnings beneath that, I'm noticing. But this could also have to do with a manifestation coming in. We have the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck with Tarot here, and Death beneath that, and the Six of Wands. And then with the other oracle deck that I'll be using, we have Owl. And that is number 24. So number 24 could be significant for you, or number 6. One thing that I was drawn to when I took and looked at the bottom of this deck was, notice how the owl has one bright eye. And this card takes place at night. See the leaves here? I always felt like leaves signified change. Excuse my inability to talk. But I felt like the eye was like a full moon. We have a full moon on the 1st of April, a full pink moon. So, and one thing that I feel when it comes to the Three of Swords is, notice how this being is being ripped in half, but there's this orb of light growing in the center. That energy, that new beginning, that passion, fire, that would not be born without this pain. This transformation, or this manifestation, would not be taking place if it weren't for the pain that you've gone through. Alrighty, let's go ahead and see what else. I spaced out and I started attempting to pull cards from this deck before I even started recording, and I made myself stop and start over. But what came out excuse me, was element cards. Not anything like this. This is a fire card, but it also has, you know, manifestation and a stone tied to it. Whereas these element cards are just the elements. Like earth and water came out, and wind was at the bottom of the deck. I probably should have kept those, but I wanted you to be in on the process. So, let's see what happens. Just need to know. The only element card we didn't get was Storm then. Fire. Growth fell out reversed, and then we have dreams. Magic is underneath fire here. And it was underneath the wind element card at the bottom of the deck before I initially started over. Okay, dreams, growth. I'm hungry. I'm hungry and I'm tired. Oh. No. What does Taurus need to know? Owl signifies a very, like I said, transformational time, but it's not easy. And it says something about, I might have to just look it up and read it. Ooh, peacock, number 26. I actually don't feel called to shuffle this anymore. I need to look up owl and peacock. I haven't gotten that card yet. Ace of Swords. I feel like the Ace of Swords speaks of breakthrough, mental breakthrough, mental clarity. This is going to be a quick reading, Taurus. Or at least I'm going to try to make it so. I want to read owl to you and peacock. Open right up to peacock. I am owl. I am the silence of the night. I am the arrival of mysterious things. I am the revealer of hidden tracks beneath the snow and ghosts within the psyche. I am the unsettling of darkness. I am the goddess of death. At times you cannot see me, but I permeate all worlds. My hunting grounds are the soul. You are a skilled listener. You are a well-seasoned traveler of realities. I have been watching your movements and tracking your steps. You are beginning to see beyond the veil and track the illusions of night. And crack the illusions of night. But you must be vigilant and watch your step in the blackness. Take the quiet road. Guard your inner world with determined purpose. There is a vast trove of power that will guide you well as you soar into the cosmos. But before you boast of your new winged ally, realize that I am no bringer of easy roads. My path is lonely and requires retreat into the forests of the mind. This is where all awareness begins and where all experience comes home to fulfill its purpose. You are a sober night vision. You are a master of the shadows. You are at ease in the solitude. You are owl. Now, peacock. I just want to note that Four of Swords fit with some of what was said in the owl meaning. Retreat into the forests of the mind. Meditation. This could have to do with this breakthrough. In order to have this breakthrough, in order to have this clarity of thought, in order to see all that is needing to be seen, so that way a decision can be made. Nine of Spheres. Interesting. Seven of Wands. Alright, let's see what Peacock has to say. I am Peacock, the glory of multifaceted expression. I am everything that shimmers. I am all that radiates. I am divinity manifest in physical form. I am the power of flash and the influence of physical beauty. I am the reflection of inner grace on the outside. I am the mirror of everything magnificent. You need to accept and own your body, for it is the mirror of the soul. To be aware of spirit is essential, but not to the exclusion of physicality. We take our forms for a reason, to express our uniqueness in the world. Vanity is no sin, but a deep appreciation of our creation when grounded in a healthy love of self. Break out the colors, fluff the feathers, don your finest threads. I have come to teach you how to flaunt with grace, emanating a true beauty from every facet of your being. The Peacock is asking you to shine. To light up the darkness with all that you are, and do it confidently. You are beauty inside and out. You are body, mind, and spirit. You are effortless charm. Oh. Are you having to turn on a charm when it comes to a certain situation? We have the Seven of Spheres and the Star that came out reversed. I'm going to read about that real quick. And then we're going to go ahead and get to the element cards. I know that I pulled them first, but I really want to try and figure out, excuse me, what it meant that we got every element card except for Storm. We got fire, wind, earth, and water. All of the elements, every single one of them. In this book, there is storm, but storm has more to do with great change. I'm very curious about it. A little bit baffled. Balls. I'm hungry. Star. Doubts, confusion, delusion, and despair. And then Seven of Spheres. Interesting. Wastefulness and limited success. I might need to pull more tarot. You could be having doubts about an opportunity, perhaps thinking that you won't have any success within it. Time to make a decision. Consider a new way of thinking or use logic regarding the situation or relationship. The Four of Swords asks you to meditate, and then the King of Swords tells you that the decision is yours to make. and you make the decision, and then you inform people later. Like, this isn't a time to be asking anybody else for their opinion on what it is that you're doing, because it's not the time for you to be confused. You're needing to come out of confusion, so that way this Seven of Spheres can turn upright and you have an actual shot at opportunity. I need a cheeseburger. I don't necessarily need one, but what was I going to? Oh, King of Spheres. King of Spheres is underneath the Ace of Swords. So, prosperity and power. Use your wealth, status, and influence wisely. Others look to you for leadership. And then the Peacock, asking you to be charming, to shine, to be confident in all that you are, to wear it loud and proud. I'm feeling like be confident in all that you do, and if you're having doubts, fake it till you make it. Or if you're struggling to be confident, fake it till you make it. There must be an opportunity at hand. One that you think maybe you can't achieve. But I'm not seeing anything here saying that you can't achieve it. I'm seeing something saying that you need to go inward and get clear on what it is that you're trying to do. Oh. Alright. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Let's see what the elements wanted to say. So I saw earth, and then when I went to pick it up and put it back in the deck, I realized water was beneath it. And as I was trying to get both of those into the deck, I realized wind was at the bottom of the deck. And now that I have pulled cards, we have fire at the bottom of the deck. And I pay a lot of attention to how things come out and where they land. 1818 was just on the clock. Because I think that tells a lot of an energetic story. So, alright, let's see what Earth had to say. It is through connection to the earth that we receive an abundance of material prosperity, energy, strength, and support. This elemental ally has come to you today to let you know that all of the resources you need are available to you now for the asking. Draw upon the immense store of energy within the earth, giving back your gratitude and conscious blessings of light. Sink your energetic roots into the ground and allow the planet to replenish your depleted stores. You are being guided to take action and create your reality from the energy you are being offered. Now is the time to undertake the tasks that you may have been putting off as too daunting or impossible. Dealing with that confusion or doubt. All that you need will be given to you by the bounty of the earth element. Okay, let's go to water, 151. Whew. Oh yeah, you're scared about. When water appears in your cards, you can be sure that a gentle yet deep cleansing of old habits and emotions is on the horizon. The energy of water can be invoked to clear any lingering anger, or resentment that may be blocking you from moving forward on your path. It is an energy of lasting peace and can be very helpful in the dissipation of fiery emotions. Water may also be speaking you of the flow of energy through your life. Are you desperately hanging on to old, outmoded aspects of your life, or are you floating peacefully along with the current, trusting that the universe will deliver you to a better shore? Is your life the rush and fury of whitewater rapids, or the peaceful eddy of a deep and serene pool? If you watch a stream closely, you will see that there is always a balance between the rushing and the quiet. Call upon the energy of water to aid you in finding the balance of movement and stillness in your life. And this is making a lot of sense about the full moon. I watched a full moon reading by Gigi Alexi, or something like that. I really like her astrology videos. She does a nice job. And she was speaking about this full pink moon in Libra, I believe it is. And the importance of balancing the masculine and the feminine, the movement with the stillness, because we're coming into a time that is going to be heavily ruled by masculine energy. There's going to be so much happening in Aries, and Aries is a very masculine, fiery, action-packed sign. So getting grounded and balancing the masculine and the feminine. Whatever the situation, you can be sure that water will aid you now in clearing out the old and carrying in the new. Open your heart and your voice to communicate the true essence of who you are. Allow the spirit of water to speak through you, bringing the communications of emotion and understanding. Take a bath or a swim and let the energy of water reverberate through your being. I want to read manifestation, and then, well, let me read the fire element, and then manifestation, and then these other two cards, and then we're going to call this reading it, because I'm tired. When citrine, that's not the fire element, dummy. 107. Guess we're reading manifestation first. When citrine appears in your layout, you are being asked to take a good look at what you're creating at the moment. What are the beliefs, thoughts, and desires that are creating the present situation for you? These doubts and confusion that you're feeling right now, giving you a very limited opportunity. That's why you're being asked to go inward and get clear and shine and be loud and proud. Citrine has appeared today as your ally in order to aid you in clarifying what it is you truly want to manifest. Open yourself to its guidance and the divine will. Allow yourself to become a channel for the creations that the universe is sending you. When you align yourself with these sources of higher guidance, you will learn to manifest only those things that are for the highest good of all concerned. In this way, you will begin to see each creation you birth onto the earth plane as a manifestation of light and an expression of joy. All right, let's go to the fire element now. Oh, there's so much to read. You're needing to let yourself connect with your dreams. To open your heart to your dreams. To do your best to release doubts, because what you think fuels your actions, and your actions are what create your life, what manifests. The element of fire has appeared as a signal for you to prepare for a transformation. You are being initiated in a trial by fire that will create drastic change in your experience of the physical world. Before the creation of the new can begin, however, the destruction of the old must take place. Fire is directing you to seek deep within, to find the outmoded aspects of your life and then offer them up to the dragon within, to be transmuted into new and more beautiful creations. Old habits, possessions, beliefs, and creations that no longer serve you are to be swept away in the flames of your own creative force. From the ashes of these outmoded creations, new and more powerful creations will emerge. By offering those things that are no longer needed to the flame of creation, you are making room in your life for the gifts that the universe is offering to you. This transformation and transmutation of spirit will be intense. It is through fire that we become purified and renewed. Attempting to hold on to those things that no longer serve you will only create difficulty. Release them readily, and you will find them replaced with the gold and jewels of spiritual growth and abundant physical creations. One way to aid in this release is through a candle ritual. Carve symbols for those things that you want to release or transmute into the size of a candle. Light the flame and meditate upon releasing these things to the flame of fire that will transmute them. Allow the candle to burn until all of the symbols have been melted and transmuted into heat and light. Focus upon releasing them to the universe, where the creative force will utilize the energy to create new and better forms of you. I feel like because you're going through such an intense change, intense time of growth and transformation, I think that's why all of the elements have showed up in your reading today, or try to. I mean, I didn't necessarily allow it because it was going against what I wanted to happen, and I really should have just let it flow because it fits. It was aligned with what we were doing here, so we need to see the wind element, 195. I don't think I read that yet. The element of wind has blown into your cards today to remind you to listen to the voices of spirit that are speaking. Spirit beings, guides, angels, and your own higher self can all utilize wind energy to carry messages to you. When you quiet yourself and concentrate on the breath of the wind within you, you open yourself to the guidance of these higher beings. Wind may be indicating that you need to view the current situation through your higher chakras of the third eye and crown. Perhaps you need to use your mental energies in order to work out a problem. Or maybe you're being asked to open your intuition to receive an answer or new direction from the spirit world. The energy of wind may be telling you to use your head in the current situation. When the power of wind is invoked, you are being assured of a renewed clarity of thought and an increased ability to use your mental abilities to affect change. Oh! Using your mental abilities to affect change. Needing to meditate and go within. In order to find clarity to make a decision. Because right now you're dealing with doubts and confusion. And because of these doubts and confusion, Seven of Spheres, which usually has to do with opportunity, is reversed, meaning limited. Opportunity is limited, or the outcome of a successful opportunity is limited. And it has to do with the star being in reversed. You're being asked to ground, working with the root chakra. You're being asked to cleanse, balance the doing with the being. You're being asked to let go, letting the old go up in flames, to leave, to be released, and then you're being asked to meditate to open yourself up to clarity, guidance. So that way, this card that is in reverse right now, growth, so you can open your heart to your dreams, to connect with them, to grow into your dreams, to grow into what it is that you're trying to create. A quiet yet powerful reading. All right, Taurus, I want to thank you for being here. I hope that you have a good night. I hope that this helps and makes sense. I hope this reaches those who need it. One second. I know that I'm saying my goodbyes, but growth is picking at me a little bit. $59. Aventurine has entered your cards today to signal you that a time of growth is at hand. Allow yourself to open to the changes that are coming and celebrate them as evidence that you have moved on to a new level in your life. Review the lessons that you have just learned from your experience. Sense the old patterns melting away and take the opportunity to choose new patterns you now wish to create. Aventurine may be calling you to accept the healing that your growth has supplied to you. It is sometimes difficult to see how much we have grown until we try on an old aspect of our lives that no longer fits. If you are still trying to squeeze into relationships, careers, habits, or thoughts that you have outgrown, make a conscious effort to celebrate your own growth by ritually giving away these old creations and welcoming the you that you have become. Like the fairy of growth, universe is sending you light and love, assisting you in the growth that is necessary before you can experience your full potential. This is a time of growth, seeing how you're going to handle yourself in this time of change. Are you going to do what's necessary to open yourself up to the change, or are you going to hold on and make the change almost impossible to come in? This change is going to bring in everything that you ever wanted, if you decide to connect with it.